Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Albacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Cory Kastle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's
Welcome.
the 300th episode. 300th episode. 6 years in the making, baby. 300 episodes and 6 years. We've grown so much. We've grown so much as people, as broadcasters, and also
I just got grayer. I just got grayer. That's all happened to me.
Stayed the same amount of cynical, though.
Ain't nothing wrong with being cynical, man. You're just being truthful. That's what I call it. That's what it is. Oh, man. So, yeah, we got a lot of things going on today. There's a lot of stuff going on in wrestling, but I kind of want to celebrate us because 6 years is a big deal. 300 episodes is
wrestling.
300.
It's all about us.
Big deal. It is all about us.
I'm just going to get angry. I'm just going to get angry and talk about the Hurt Business.
Oh, man. I'm hoping that it'll work. I'm hoping the whole Hurt Business thing is a work, but that's neither here nor there. But we'll see. And hopefully Baron Corbin's not in it. So we had a lot of things going on over the years. I went back and I made some compilations of things. I only went as far back as we had video, which is way back in episode number 231. So I made 4 different compilations.
70 videos? We already have 70 videos. Wow.
70 videos, yeah. It's weird. Out of the 300 episodes that we've done, we've filmed 70 of them. So, I mean, it's still a decent amount, especially if you're going through each and every one, looking for clips and going through every single watch-along video and all kinds of stuff. There was two that I didn't get to make. I wanted to make one of the best of Rassle Rock, which might be coming later. I might make that for like a Christmas thing. The other one I wanted to make was Mark messing up every time he tried to say Dijakovic. Because there was a lot of those episodes.
That was my own fault because I kept making fun of his name and then all of a sudden I couldn't pronounce it anymore. I like trained myself to say his name wrong. Well, he's gone anyway. They all jumped. What's his name? And they don't exist anymore. And I don't know what's going to happen to. They're going to go. They're all going to go into the same closet Aleister Black's in, and you'll never see him again.
I'm going to have to say I'm a little late to the dance here, but I just realized this far into it that they're all supposed to be weapons. The names are weapons. Slapjack and T-Bar and Mace are all weapons. I did not get that.
Then they just named the girl Reckoning.
Yeah.
So
Reckoning is a weapon, sure.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
Grab my big Reckoning and reckon your face.
A wrecking ball.
It's a reckoning ball.
I came in like a reckoning ball.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I think that should lead us right into the first compilation, which is because, of course, has to be the amount of bad jokes that Cory's made over the years. This compilation, yeah. Oh, wow. I just went. As far back as the videos.
Do we just have angry, pictures of angry Matt when he was saying those jokes? The rage that would just flow through Matt. Whatever.
Some of it's rage. Some of it's disgust. There's a couple different ones.
Lots of jealousy.
Yeah, super jealousy. Yeah, we're all jealous of the comedy Yoda that joins us every single week. So we let's without further ado, man, let's bring this up.
If he feels really bad about it, it's called the guillotine.
Should have gave up on the first try.
The only thing that came out of that was we found out Mia Yim's name in Retribution is Reckoning. because they happen to mention on commentary, which is like,
Did they just go through a thesaurus and find dumb, like, apocalyptic words, and then
He's like, oh, well, we already got T-bar. Can we just T-gar?
ow.
if that was a pun, I didn't get it.
This girl ain't right. Versus this
Oh,
boy ain't right. T-bar.
I got
It
you.
wasn't really a pun. It was just like a instead of boy ain't right, girl ain't right.
Sorry. I'm sure somebody laughed at that originally. It was my fault that I didn't get it.
All right. I didn't expect him to win, but the fact that he got jobbed out instantly, like, it was just weird. Like, it was a great setup. It was a great promo. It led right into the match. It was personal. It had feelings to it. Like, it really, like, I was like, oh man, I feel what he's feeling right now. And then bell rings, Claymore kick, it's over. Who cares? Done. This is why we got rid of Heath Slater. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. It didn't. It was just, it was a lot of great build up that led up to a wet fart.
Well, that's going to be his new name in Impact Wrestling. It's going to be Keith Slater.
Keith Slater, yes. I ended my sentence with wet fart. And you put the one letter that I got wrong. Jackass.
You're right, Duddy.
I'm actually going to see Brendan Schaub tomorrow. Did you see in his Showtime special when he talked about Hulk Hogan's sex tape? No. Oh, man. That's a good bit. Look it up on YouTube.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks for bringing that up. Corey, who do you got, man? Who wins wrestling?
Same as last week, Cesaro.
Okay, bye. Hell, man. All right, let's all wait now. Let's wait. We have to wait for why? What is the reason, Corey?
Well, Chris's cat was over scratching on the carpet on the steps. So
what is your reason for Cesaro winning wrestling? Damn it!
You didn't get to me and asking me what I was doing.
Apparently, you're looking for a job. I thought that was your.
No.
Okay.
No, I was working on a film set for the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Atlantic City, Cracky Schmacky.
Yeah.
Working on this new Halle Berry film. I was speaking to her social media person.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, she has your number. She's just too nervous to use it. And she got real nervous around me.
Yeah.
She touched me a couple times and she was like, sorry.
Did she quiver?
Yes. It was I had to let her down easy.
Yeah.
It was all good.
So wrestling, huh?
Wrestling.
What would you call a Canadian ambulance?
Can ambulance?
Ambulance storm.
I forgot.
Yeah, Corey's about 5 seconds.
There's the up and over attempt caught by Natalia, throws her over to the apron.
You're just
the apron's hard.
You're just spoiling things now. That's all you're doing, just spoiling things. Because you're like 5 to 10 seconds ahead of me.
She goes for a spear, but Natalia thought the best of it.
You're still spoiling things. Shut up. You can react to it. Stop calling it because it hasn't happened for me yet.
When I was a kid, I always sat around wondering if Hawk had really good eyes.
Girlfriend of mine, you have certain counts, like you're like a 1 through 10 with your white blood cell counts, and I heard I can't remember, but it's like anything under 5, if you have a number 5, is bad, and she's a 3. She's a 3, so that's considered a medium count because she only has 3,000 white blood cells or whatever count it is.
I was not laughing at people's blood counts. I was laughing at my friend was walking in the other room and he dropped something and had nothing to do with the blood cells at all.
Just laughing at people with cancer.
Yeah. Great time to start laughing.
That's hysterical.
Cue the laugh track.
Give us some feedback and hit the subscribe button on the podcast if this is your first time listening.
And tell all your friends. And
you like it if you love it so.
Yeah, I actually said that on my voicemail message.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why a voicemail?
My outgoing voicemail.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll call you back later. I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to get an urn. Like I always wanted that gold urn that they had.
Yeah. Well, you had to
Die?
You had to earn it.
Ugh.
Right. Wow.
No.
I'm just opinion of you, man. Jesus Christ.
There are
Expect
good
more
ones
out.
too.
Yeah, man.
He would pull out all kinds of moves, and he's another dude. He was just short and hairy, and Vince McMahon just didn't like him, I guess.
Short and hairy, Vince didn't like him.
Cool song, bro.
Thanks. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel.
I'll be on vacation.
.youtube.com/Rick Connor.
Huh?
Is that
Are you plugging my stuff?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we're on it. We're on it right now.
Can I do
it? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The funny thing was when she pulled her head off, and she had this full mouth of blood. Like she literally drained her.
Yeah.
You bit her in the back of the neck.
It's just weird because I think it's
Necky Lynch.
Stop it.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
McAfee's going to beat Adam Cole because he's going to have that McAfee pop-up blocker stuff, and it's going to block the run-ins.
What?
Like the McAfee virus protection.
Oh, I didn't know you were.
No one knew where he was going on that one. Somewhere Matt Flowers is just kicking his phone. Or
If he doesn't cash in, it would be a real missed opportunity.
Which do you like best?
Neither.
Neither.
Like I would
Is
love
it the
to do
same
something.
company or is it?
Yes, yeah, we're
Okay.
Yeah. Same company. So pretty soon you might be seeing some of my designs on your favorite snack food bags, things like that. Yeah, we're working on a popcorn redesign. Rick, we're talking about really interesting stuff right now.
I like snacks.
About how I'm redesigning some of Butt's snack foods.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
My plan is to Photoshop a few dicks in there, hide them in there. Just for me and my
just
friends.
like Disney.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
Disney.
going to go the Disney route.
Work for Disney.
One of the popcorn kernels will be shaped like a vagina.
You think the person who originally designed it is going to be real butthurt about your redesign?
No. That's it, I'm done. Shut this off. What button do I hit?
URL.com/YouTube Rick Connor. That's my yes, Cory.
Check out the Tiger King on Netflix.
Why? What? Us or wrestling?
Well, Undertaker did a promo where he was sitting with the Tiger, and they put it on so Raw or SmackDown, whatever. AJ Styles. Did you see that?
Yes.
So the Tiger Rescue that's connected with that, connected in this documentary series that's on Netflix. It's called The Tiger King. Check it out. It's funny. And Barry on HBO. Make sure you check that.
I knew that was coming.
So, tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor. So, yeah, good for her. Everybody was just automatically assumed that she was going to show up in AEW because of Moxley. But, yeah, if she's doing this for Fox, and then she can still...
Foxley.
What?
I said no, Foxley.
His name's John Foxley now? You proud of yourself? You proud of that one?
I was proud of it before I had to repeat it.
Yeah, I think you can find a way to do it that way.
Tags are so small. I mean, well, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
You're looking at what, like 97 when a house costs $100,000?
I use tax to hang up posters and stuff, and I know how small they are.
Oh no, I got the image from when I used to work for Club Risque that something I had to do for a girl, and I don't think it's appropriate to say on the show. But basically, I was spraying her with Windex.
Oh, jeez.
I saw that coming.
Boo. Hey, you're sound effect. Boo.
Do you know what they call Bray Wyatt if he's had too much coffee? The caffeine.
Matt just doesn't interact anymore. Certain states are opening up. I know Texas is and a couple others that have like no real cases. They're going to start opening up again. I don't know how Philadelphia is going to open up. No, New York is. You all right? You good, Corey? You comfy?
This Speak Out thing, like WWE UK is closed. That's gone. They're trying to figure out how they're going to disperse the talent that wasn't a bunch of scumbags, because apparently the UK scene, those guys are a mess.
Yeah.
So
that's it turned from NXT UK to NXT UK.
So bad.
Yeah.
Man at the top never gets a pay cut. Always remember that.
And if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bounce its ass on the ground. Is that what the girl said on Wayne's World?
Not only that idiom doesn't belong in this.
A lot of people were expecting Rhea Ripley was going to come up from NXT and be on the SmackDown side. That didn't happen, obviously.
Grass head.
What's that?
Her hair looks like grass. It's just short green. So I'm just in my head calling her grass head. Like when
grass head.
Not Rhea Ripley. What's her name?
Io Shirai?
No. She was with the Riot. Ruby Riot.
Ruby Riot.
Ruby Riot's hair looks like grass right now.
Okay.
It's just green like grass. So
it's just green. Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look?
But it's green.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of things are green. I don't know.
It's just like the length too.
I think I've been on YouTube too long. I see way too many people with different color hair. So
what do we got here? My girlfriend has
Yeah, your girlfriend has blue hair. What is she? The sky? I'm gonna start calling her Skyhead because she's blue. Hat McAfee kicks Adam Cole right in the head and lays him out cold. So
he's an NFL kicker.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the greatest punt return something or other of all time. One of Hunter people that does things and that is famous for punting.
Hunter Purse Pelmsley. His name is going to be Triple P.
I don't normally drink this early during the day.
That compilation was originally about 25 minutes long, and I had to cut it down to 14 because it was long. But yeah, man, it's damn near every episode that we have some odd Cory popping in every now and again, and then Mark puts his head in his head in his hands, and just kind of shakes it off.
I just love you start noticing Matt wasn't even getting angry anymore. He just wouldn't respond at all. Sorry, there's a fire up the block. So if you hear that,
my God. Yeah. So,
we got who's playing with pots and pans? Who's a 2-year-old?
Is that you, Cory?
No, the food just came and Chris is ruffling with the bag and stuff.
Sorry, I'm leaving.
Oh, bull.
Damn, so. I thought you were getting all you're getting all pissed off. Like it's like in front of me for 15 minutes. You're like flipping tables.
Rick, I honestly don't remember when you used to film in the closet.
Yeah,
there was one clip with all the hangers.
It was just a time where I had before I had this big, beautiful wall behind me, there's a closet behind it, It was cool seeing, like, back in the Wildfire studio, and then when we tried to film at Mark's place or at Cory's place and stuff like that, it feels weird not doing it in a separate location now. It's like,
and also, like,
actually...
the difference between Zoom and now us using this, because like the yellow comes up when someone's talking, like it just doesn't look as good as it does now. So the progression of what the show's going to become, the evolution of Rassle Rock.
Yeah,
it takes time, man. It takes time to get better at like something we never did before. I mean, I do dig. I forgot Rick doing that with the little teeny cameras in the studio.
Yeah,
but I forgot how well they came out, man. It actually looked really good.
Yeah, not too bad. Well, I mean, we went from that into pretty much everybody having video chat capabilities. Everybody went to. It's like, oh, what, Zoom? Okay, we can actually still talk to each other while we're all staying at home. That's awesome. If that would have came out like 3 years before, we could have actually had it the entire time or whatever, So, but no, I think we made the best of what we had back then, and we've always wanted video. We didn't get it for quite some time, but we had the little tiny cameras, and we had better microphones and stuff back then with the benefit of the studio. But now we have so much more freedom to do whatever we want, to run as long as we want, and I think I think this is probably the best that Rassle Rock's ever been, I'd say.
Yeah, probably.
I think the inclusion of the watch-alongs. I don't know how they are like viewed wise, but. I think bringing on a bunch of other wrestlers too, Mr. Valentine and Nick and Sozio, and having different opinions on the product that aren't ours, I think really helps the show, makes it a little bit broader.
Definitely.
So just listen to us all the time.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Because they broke up the Hurt Business, and I'm angry as hell right now. It was the coolest group since the Shield. I'm not saying they're as cool as the Shield, but it was the closest thing I had. And they broke it up because they're scared that Bobby Lashley's going to get cheered at WrestleMania.
That's why they did it, man. That's the only reason why they broke up the Hurt Business, was because Lashley was going to get cheered at Mania. So they decided to put him with Baron Corbin, who's like the most hated wrestler out there right now. Hopefully, right after WrestleMania, they'll switch it back, and we'll get the old Hurt Business back again, or maybe it's all a ruse. Maybe it's just
how many times did I bring that up? Like, I got a weird feeling that Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns are going to get cheered like you wouldn't believe when they come out, and WWE's not going to know what to do when their faces get booed. And I guess I think the reality started creeping in, and like, oh, we better make people hate these guys. And it's like, why? Why wouldn't you just go for the natural reaction? Why wouldn't you just let the crowd? I hate WWE.
It's got to be spoon-fed. It's got to totally be manufactured in the way they want it to be manufactured, because it has to fit their narrative. And if it doesn't fit their narrative, then their heads go into a spin. Like then their writers can't justify their jobs.
Well, that's true. They can't do that now. I mean, they're playing charades last night. I mean, come on. Like, how do you justify your job for that?
Well, like the Thunderdome, the Thunderdome has really enabled them to force the ship in the direction they want it to be in. So once the live audience is back and the organic reactions are possible, that they're gonna probably be in a panic. That's I think I read it. Some fans said online about something with like seeing Brock come back in this like next week, having some like surprise from Brock come back like to lead up until WrestleMania. What if we saw Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley WrestleMania?
Dude, you know how bad I had my fingers crossed that Brock was going to show up last night and destroy Drew McIntyre because I'm just over it.
You've been saying that for some years now.
Yeah, I'm just I am so over. Like I get that they want Drew McIntyre to be their guy, but he walks in the locker room and beats up a bunch of geeks in the locker room. And some of those guys we all actually like, and WWE's just being WWE, not using them. Seeing him beat up Ricochet, seeing him beating up Drew Gulak. Really, am I supposed to like this guy now? Like, and then he goes out there and Mustafa Ali trashes his leg, and then within a few seconds later, he's kicking Mustafa Ali in the face anyway.
Dude, I can't tell you. Like, I couldn't be a bigger fan of Mustafa Ali, honestly. Like his and the new gear that he got looks so cool. I'm always impressed with him. I always think that he's
I am too.
Improving and hopefully he gets like another big push now that Retribution's done.
I don't know. I think he'll be in the locker room, and Drew McIntyre is going to accuse him of tweeting too. And then I'm supposed to think Drew McIntyre is cooler than everybody by taking shots at the locker room like that. It was gross. And I still like Bobby Lashley more because just looking at Bobby Lashley's face when he had him in a hurt lock, and he's just the man.
You know what it is? It's like Bobby Lashley doesn't care about being liked as much as Drew McIntyre's trying to he's trying too hard to make you like him. And it seems like Bobby Lashley's like, look, I'm going to be me and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do what I do good and you're going to like it or you're not. And I think that's what makes Bobby so sincere and like the genuine real deal. Like guy's a total badass, a badass.
Yeah, but like Lashley's good at making it look real, whereas every time McIntyre tries to look like a badass, it kind of feels forced or manufactured.
Right. He's trying too hard.
And it's like, look at him. Like he shouldn't have to try. Look at him. Right. Both these guys look like they were built in a lab. But it's the same thing as like them screwing up Edge, his push. It's like, how do you mess up the things that are right? It's like I'm throwing it right into your lap from like a foot away, and you're still like,
there's an underhand lob. An underhand lob. You struck out. I underhand lob 3 times.
But then you do what you do is like, all right, well, then we're just going to destroy the coolest group we have on Raw.
Yeah.
So we can make him unlikable. But the thing is, then he does what makes everybody like him in the first place and ruin everybody. He just destroys everybody. It's like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see Bobby Lashley do, man. Like, people didn't like Mike Tyson for him talking. They liked Mike Tyson because he destroyed people. Like, it's like, good or bad. That's what's really missing in wrestling. And a lot of people are really into it.
That might be what's missing from Bobby Lashley. He needs to have Mike Tyson's voice. People would just like to hear him talk more.
I would.
Yeah, I don't know. The Edge thing, I think they kind of pulled back on it a little bit after he had a match with Jey Uso, and it wasn't great. He looked a little sloppy, looked a little ring rusty. So maybe they put Daniel Bryan in the mix just to kind of cover the fact that maybe Edge can't go as strong as he would. But then you look back at the match he had with Randy Orton last year, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Had a bad night and WWE panicked. I don't know.
I think the same thing. I think a lot of it came from that Uso match because I think I remember I don't know if I did on the show, but I remember talking to you guys saying that like the match didn't look good at all.
Yeah, like, they lost their trust in him.
And now I think they're worried that maybe with his age and his health issues, they're worried that he may not be able to go.
So he's not winning, is what you're saying, essentially.
I'm hoping Daniel Bryan wins. I honestly do. But I can see him winning and maybe a program between him and Edge at SummerSlam. But then what do you do with Roman Reigns? Do you have him jump ship and go to Raw and take out Drew McIntyre, which I kind of would be into, but like I don't know if they would do that. And by the way, Raw sucked last night.
Yeah. I fell asleep. I very much fell asleep. I fell asleep like on purpose. I fell asleep at Raw this week.
Honestly, my favorite part of the entire show was Matt Riddle forgetting his line. Because all he was supposed to say is everything is bigger in Japan. That's all he had to say, and he just forgot his line and rode off on his scooter. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What did he say?
He was supposed to. He was supposed to say. He was talking to Asuka. Asking her about like scooters and if they had scooters in Japan. And
okay,
Asuka
yeah, I heard that.
Say something like everything's bigger in Japan, and he just went, I forget what I was saying, and then he left. And Asuka's like, okay, I guess we're done. That was it. I don't know. If
it was the funniest moment.
If he would have went line.
I don't know if you heard Shane McMahon when he was in the ring with Elias and Jackson. What's his name? Jackson Riker. Is that his name? Apparently, Shane McMahon doesn't know his name because he called.
Wait, what was the name? What was the name we made up for the Braden Jacks or whatever? It was like the spin the random name wheel.
Jackson Jacks was that name? Yeah. Yeah,
that's his name.
Yeah. But Shane called him Jax Ritter, I think he called him yesterday. Like, wow, you're Shane McMahon. How do you not know the talent? Like, how do you not know their name? Jeez, it's crazy.
He should have just saved the whole mistake and been like, oh, whatever, we'll transfer you to SmackDown in 2 weeks and give you a different name anyway, so what's the matter? And I would have howled if they did that. Like, I legit think Matt Riddle was the funniest thing I saw all night because it was just so natural. And Asuka's reaction was just perfect. She knew she had a line she was supposed to say after that or react, and she didn't even know what to do, and she was just confused. And they just show her walk off the screen after that.
Oh man, but we got a couple good matches signed for Mania, so I'm really excited for it.
The card looks good.
The card looks solid. It's a solid WrestleMania card. There's a lot of matches that I'm really excited for, and it's an over 2-night thing. Finally getting fans back, so you know I'm at the point where I don't care what the build is anymore. I don't care what these next 2 weeks leading up to WrestleMania is. Let it happen, whatever. I'll be here for it, and then I'm just going to sit back and enjoy Mania because it's cool.
It's definitely one of those. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where the destination is definitely better than the journey right now, which is really weird. Like the build up should be getting you excited, but they literally destroyed everything last night. Like I didn't like the people they wanted you to like. Like I don't know what they're doing with Rhea Ripley. Like I know they're trying to make her look like a badass, but like I don't get it. Like she's just coming off as like a douche, and then destroying the Hurt Business. They're talking about the premiere of Almost at WrestleMania, and then they let him wrestle. Yeah. They're like, oh, it's going to be his debut. And then he did like 3-4 wrestle moves. I was like, you just debuted him. He just debuted.
Yeah. He needs to stay just a very peripheral side character. We don't need him to be in matches. I'm fine with that. I think he's probably on his way or something. But as for right now, just be AJ Styles' bodyguard. Like that's a good role for him.
Yeah, I heard. Well, they're always trashing WWE, but I heard Alvarez and Dave Meltzer were saying that like he's not ready to wrestle, and they've been like really working on and training him up. But if he ain't ready to wrestle, he's no matter what, he's got to be better than Great Khali was, and they put that guy on TV like every week.
Oh, give him a title match. Give him a title match at WrestleMania.
He's got to be better than Max. Like all you got to do is feed him. All you got to do is like have AJ do a move, or the guys run into him. He does one big power move, drops the dude, walks back out, tags AJ. AJ does all the work. And it's still going to look cool. He's 7 feet tall. Like, you don't
you
need
can't
much.
teach that.
But they were trashing him because he was wearing the purple sweater. I'm wearing them off today too. So there you go. Almost, I got your back.
I bet you he feels better now. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, well, dude, I got his back, man. It's like, you know what, dude? Like lately, we talked about it before. Like, I don't know if Alvarez and those guys are getting paid by AEW or what it is, but the level of trashing of WWE now is ridiculous. It's like,
did you guys hear also that they announced officially that NXT is moving to Tuesdays? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, because of ice hockey.
That's going to benefit. I think totally going to benefit AEW. Hopefully it benefits everybody. Honestly.
Well, honestly, NXT needs to step up their writing first because I don't know what's going on with that show lately. But I think it's going to benefit both shows in the end. I think both shows are going to do very well now that there's no competition running against it. I think
going up against Impact.
No, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I'm sorry, nobody watches Impact.
Excuse me. Yeah, man. Well, we've been predicting a lot of things on this show. WWE keeps on stealing our ideas. Corey, you brought up Rex and Jax a little while ago. We had some great gimmicks over the years that we've done since we're sitting here celebrating our stuff, and I put a little compilation together. And if you guys like to check it out, this is called Rassle Rock's Great Gimmicks. So hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seriously heard that she was pregnant again. That she was pregnant. Well, Bree's pregnant again, but I heard that Nikki was pregnant as well, and I really thought for a second that it was going to be Daniel Bryan as the father of both. I was just like in that wrestling mind. It's like, it's the perfect angle. You got to do it.
You got confused. You slept with the wrong sister. Now both of them are pregnant. Great story, Brian. I'm not doing this. You have to.
I can see that happen.
Daniel Bryan's like, I'm not that stupid. The one has a boob job, the other one doesn't. I know what they say.
There's nobody has a body type like Lashley that fits the Vince McMahon mold more. Maybe Drew. The two of them are probably Vince McMahon's two most perfect looking wrestlers.
Vince McMahon would see Bobby Lashley coming out of a shower, and we might have the audio of that.
We have a brand new gimmick for you guys, okay? You guys are going to be the shower buddies. You're going to be a team.
They do the Goldberg
shower of power.
Pounding on the shower door. They both come out, steam just comes out.
I just see poor Matt Flowers one day, like if they do like a Falls Count Anywhere match, and then somehow Drew and Lashley fight into the showers and him just losing his mind in his house. Just in front of his phone, watching the pay-per-view like he does. Yeah! And then Vince McMahon like peeking around the corners of fighting.
That's brutal.
And then Hazer comes out and is like, "You're running out of limbs from me."
You want to get her over real quick?
Yeah.
They do a vignette where they give her two robotic knees because it was the ACL on both knees.
Mm-hmm.
The first one and the other one. They should do a robo knee gimmick.
Robo.
She has to put the knee pad on. Like, dude, you don't think robo knee would get over?
Oh,
no, like copy the RoboCop stuff. But with her knee. Yeah. That would get, dude. Come on, I just literally thought of that.
There's been a couple people that called this group The Salvation,
okay,
which is a pretty cool faction name, I think.
That is a really cool.
Because Rollins has been walking around calling himself the Messiah of Monday Night Raw,
right?
So that makes sense. The Salvation
Army.
We are the Salvation Army.
Give
us your youth clothes.
Their ringing music is just ding, 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 ding,
someone
ding,
ringing
ding,
a bell as they walk down.
That'd be so stupid.
We're gonna take all the titles and your gently used clothes.
But yeah, his making fun of roll-ups makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
That's all WWE is anymore. Is a
It's the most
surprise
devastating move in all professional wrestling. The surprise roll-up.
Somebody should come out as the schoolboy.
As the schoolboy.
Like,
What's your finish?
What's your? It's a roll-up. I don't call it what you think I'm going to call it. It's just a roll-up.
What was that Christian's character on his podcast? Oh, Paul Smackage.
Paul Smackage.
Yeah.
He had the shirt with him rolling people up.
That's great.
I've never seen an Undertaker wear a leather jacket and a giant cowboy hat. Ever. Usually wear a suit, really nice shoes.
He has a tape measure on him.
Yeah.
Where's your tape measure, Undertaker? You should have committed to the gimmick.
Usually an Undertaker has like a stack of those memorial cards they hand you when you come in.
If he says to everybody who he beats, sorry for your loss.
Tell me that wouldn't be a dope gimmick though. Like after the Undertaker beats you, he has a little card that says a memory of, and the wrestler that he beat.
Yeah.
A little prayer card.
I'm hearing Sarah Logan might be getting a second chance here. A lot of people are throwing her name around, saying, they never should have let her go. Probably a lot to do with what's his name from the Viking Raiders? It's her husband, right? Eric, yeah.
I mean, all they ever is coming out in tree bark camo with weird like deer antlers painted upside down on her face. Like,
What if they acted like they sprayed her with the doe piss that hunters use, and like nobody wanted to lock up with her, nobody wanted to get in the ring with her, and like it's at home, you know what I mean? Like the building's empty, nobody knows that she doesn't actually have the doe piss on her. People are just like, oh God, what is that? Spray her with doe piss.
Oh, Dopest Logan coming to the ring again. Yeah.
Doe piss Logan.
sprays her, just sprays Divas with it while they're in the ring, and a bunch of deer run in and run her over.
That'd be a great great character for a wrestler, where he's a sociopath, and like he thinks this is crying. So like backstage after a loss, he's like, "I'm really sad," and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm crying." They're like, "That's not crying." He's like, "I'm so sad," and it's just like, "All right, back to you." And each week, it's just more like, "I'm so sad." Like, and then you find out he's like a sociopath.
It's going to be epic. It's going to be the first time ever, and I'm excited. And for the first time ever, the first is going to happen. And then for the first time ever, we're going to see a first time ever encounter between the first time ever.
Exactly. First time ever.
And they just do like everything's generic, and if anybody says it, oh, that's the first time ever we did it. They say we so people don't understand it. They're actually talking about the first time I ever did it.
This is the first time ever.
Everybody does power. No, it's first time ever.
First time ever done, brother.
You know, be a good heel turn for Braun Strowman to like flip a bus filled with people.
One day he said somebody else. That's because everybody wrecked my car.
You know how many cars I've had to buy?
My insurance rates are through the roof. I have no choice but to be a bad guy.
Yeah, not because I bought a 1984 Cutlass.
How is Charlotte not like beating the crap out of her by now?
Because it's her stepmom, and she has to show respect.
That's right.
Oh, please do that angle. That is fantastic.
Like they can make a wedding out of it. The whole thing.
Yeah. I don't think they should do a wedding in a ring. They should do like a Vegas wedding.
Like where they do a drive-through and Ric Flair's drugged.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. This guy's off with drug Ric Flair wooing. It's like, you put them in a sleeper hold. That's your devastating move in the end when you're like destroying wrestlers. Like,
yeah, that's like a desperate, the small guy move, not a killer. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, carrion, whatever. It's not for like his finisher should be like
His finish should be like he puts a pillow down and like smothers you with it.
What's the move called? Shush Grandma?
Shush Grandma!
Somebody just got fired. Who it was?
Tyler Bates or something?
Tyler Bates?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Not Tyler. Travis Banks. Travis Banks.
Oh, Travis Banks. I was going to say, please tell me Tyler Bates.
What's the difference? It's some jobby name that they just throw on some nerd. Your name's Rexon Jax. Go out there, do it. Like they just have some like name generator wheel that they spin and go, this sounds like a douchey millennial. Throw him out there.
Rexon Jack is now he's going to be the new cruiserweight champion by next week.
Rexon.
Somebody's gimmick should be that they're the Candy Crush guy.
What?
As a wrestler, like they can't focus on their match because they're playing Candy Crush on the way to the ring, and they just like can't like a spot. They knock a guy down and go play Candy Crush for a minute.
Like WWE, like just rips off Orange Cassidy, but instead he's playing Candy Crush.
Right. Are you listening, WWE? This is free lunch. This is free advice. We're giving you gold. Take it and run with it. Make us proud.
Well, I think the Shorty G thing is for the feud against Baron Corbin, so it shouldn't translate to the entire. So it was supposed to be an insult from Baron and him going, "I'm owning it now."
Yeah.
Don't continue to own it. Own it that time and like move past it.
Prove yourself. Prove yourself, and then be like, "Okay, I'm checking."
I think they're gonna bring back Coco Beware to be his mentor.
The poop is in the foot.
Energy. Don't worry, Energy.
Do the Batman with me.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great if it came out to that theme song,
dude. You want to get a parrot? That's how you get him over.
Yeah,
brother.
man.
But I mean, they could do like like turn it into like a Raw pre-show or a SmackDown pre-show. Why not? Like they used to have Sunday Night Heat on before pay-per-views. Like that used to be the kickoff show.
If they come out with a Sunday Night Heat now, that's like a hodgepodge of talent, and maybe we call it Sunday Night Hodgepodge. We know that they're listening. They're listening to our show and taking the idea.
Sunday Night Hodgepodge. Now on USA.
Yeah, the Exterminators were a good tag team, and then he had a really solid run in WCW.
Talk about the Eliminators.
Eliminators, that's
a cool tag team name. Exterminators, though I've never heard of them.
Got my ears one.
Yeah, there probably is an Exterminator tag team.
They come in with one of those orchid spray bottles.
Move the pest around.
I forgot what different locations I did a show from.
Dude, the pest around the Exterminators.
We had some good gimmicks, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's WWE could hire us tomorrow and we put out a better and at least a much more entertaining and ridiculous show than they're currently putting out.
I forgot I did a mother grandmom joke.
Good night, Grandma.
I can't believe I did that. Oh.
The shush grandma should definitely be somebody's finishing move. Can I just say I love Matt Flowers' impression of Coco Beware? It's just, I'm sure.
It just sounds like a Muppet.
Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, we had a lot of good stuff over the years.
Yeah, dude.
I wish we could have gone back even further, into the audio and stuff like that. We didn't have any video of it back then. No. I'm trying to think of like other stuff that we've done. I know we came up with the Dallas Cheeseman gimmick. There was we came up with some. Didn't we come up with something for Danny Cage about Steve Austin with the "Don't text your heroes" type of thing? There's a bunch of stuff out there. Of course, leaping the
thing that I've been saying, and I think I said it years ago on Rassle Rock, where I said how cool it would be to do like instead of like a bragging rights pay-per-view where it's like whoever wins this takes over all of WWE programming, TV program. Like so, SmackDown gets Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and NXT gets Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, or SmackDown gets all three. So I think that felt like, to me, I feel like that's an idea that'd be smart to go with. Please, if you're going to steal any idea, WWE, please go ahead and steal that one because it would make things way cooler than they've probably ever been.
I don't know. I came up with a bunch of great ideas. I can't remember any of them. I do this on I wing it every week, so I just like it all just whoop right out my mind as soon as we're done the show.
Well, wings fly, buddy. They fly away.
I just laughed when I saw
wings, buddy. They're flying the wings.
I just laughed when I saw his sweaty mess. I was like, that's when my air conditioning broke. I completely forgot about that. I was sitting in 90-something degrees in my house with no air.
That's when I think that's when you started doing the show outside. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go take a walk. There's a park near here. Show from the park.
There was some going on outside my house that day, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to walk to the park and just do it here.
Yeah, man, we had a lot of different locations. I've been looking at all my backgrounds. I'm like, I think at one point I just took a picture of one of the foam pads and like green screened it behind me, like before I cut the wall. Like there was definitely like a foam pad behind me that I know wasn't there in real life. Like other times it was just like a curtain or whatever. Cory's always pretty much just this involving tapestry behind him.
Well. I had a different couch at one point. And you know, there's my couch here, but my old couch was in some of those videos.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's about all that's changed. Sometimes you see the couch. Sometimes I put the tapestry over. Sometimes not.
The literal peek behind the curtain. It's very cool. This is running longer than I thought it was, so I'm going to jump right into the next compilation if that's cool. They're getting shorter and shorter as it goes on, so we'll be done this in a couple minutes. But the next one I had to, Mark makes fun of me for it all the time, and that's when I usually forget the name of a professional wrestler. Usually it's a Japanese wrestler, but it eventually progressed into I've forgotten the name of every wrestler that's ever existed in my entire life. Unless they were in the 80s or 90s, I don't remember who they are. So I came up with a compilation called Rick Forgets. So here we go. Balor's been killing it too, man. Balor's matches that he had with the guy from the Thing from Undisputed Era. Oh my God. Did Kurt Angle do the same thing? Because Kurt Angle's back now too.
I think they just brought him back.
This is a mistake. It's Kurt Angle. Who the hell? How did that?
And his son is now an agent. His son is now an agent on SmackDown.
Jordan Devlin, all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Jason Jordan.
Where has it been?
Jordan Devlin's fucking Ireland.
Whatever. One of them. A whole bunch of people that are like, Jason Jordan. I'm excited for that. It looks like he's going to be taking on either Pete Dunne or the not Bobby Fish, the other one.
Tyler.
Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Tyler Rudd. The other one, you know what I'm talking about.
Not Bobby Fish.
Not Bobby Fish. The other.
What is the pay-per-view called? Can we also on the couch and film ourselves watching it? And just
why not?
What is it called?
I forget. Firefight.
Full gear.
Full gear, sure. Whatever. Metal Gear Solid.
Full firefight gear.
Zack Ryder showing up on AEW TV. I misplaced his name. Is Matthew something?
Matt Cordana.
Cordana, yeah.
Cordana.
It's another dumb name. Like you had Zack Ryder for years, and now you're going to go to Matt Cardona.
Isn't that his real name, though?
But it doesn't, if you can pick a different name, like just because it's your real name doesn't mean you have to do it. Like Nick Berk sounds like a wrestling name. Matt Cardona sounds like a car salesman.
Yeah, Trevor Murdoch is another guy that I thought was dead. Who's the other guy that you just assumed they're dead? Who's the other guy that he teamed with?
Lance
That guy is dead.
Lance Cade is dead. Yes. Don't have one guy die and then fire the other guy because then they mix him up.
The thing in the bar I thought was pretty cool with him and Ryder, or whatever his name is now. I don't remember his name. Whatever his new name is.
Ryder, Casey Ryder, Orange Cassidy?
No. Freaking the guy with the lisp. What's his name? In the Inner Circle.
Oh, Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger.
Jake Hager.
Hager.
Where did Ryder come from?
Huh?
Where
Hager,
did Ryder?
whatever. I don't know.
No, I think you said Ryder, like a Ryder truck.
I think I did, but I don't know. Hager, Hyder, Fager, whatever. I don't know his name. We could see a Tony Storm coming in or something like that. You know, who else they got over there?
That one guy that Cesaro put over or beat, but put over. I
forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his name too.
Good job putting that guy over. Who was the guy? Rack my brain trying to think of his name. They got the guy in TNA that they released with the chick. Wow, that doesn't help anybody. God damn it! They put up a they did like a weird flash thing at the end of last week's NXT. God, I can't remember his name. He's coming to NXT, whoever the hell it is. But that'd be a good leader for whatever the hell they're doing. That would have been a
Doing
great
vignettes. I saw him doing vignettes with some new guy, but I can't see who it is.
God.
Because I don't watch TNA ever, I have no idea who it was.
I keep on thinking Marty Scurll, but it's not Marty Scurll. It's the it's driving me nuts. All right, never mind. Last year, there was a lot of really good stuff that came out of that. We got a great match with her, and the NXT one. That girl from NXT, you know, the one. Oh, goodness, I'm losing my mind. This is what happens. I start talking, and I get lost, and I completely forget. Rhea Ripley. That's her name. Dear God. This is what I'm trying for a living, folks. Really. There was a lot of stuff going on with, oh, God, what's his name, Robbie?
Rob Echoes, Robbie Steele. Something? Is that what it is? Rob Steele. Robert Stone. I knew it was a mineral.
There's been a lot of build up with who was it? Gargano's wife that I can't remember her name.
Candice LeRae.
What is it?
Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae, and who's she going after? It's not Dakota Kai. The Tara. Oh man,
Knox.
Tegan Knox. Yeah. Jeez. Right. Complained about the AEW women's division, and yet I can't remember the name of the NXT women's division.
What was that guy? He like sang. He was with like the Rusev Day guy.
Oh, oh my God. I don't know. Yo, comments, help us out. Who the hell was that?
Comments. Who was that guy?
Comments. Yo, chat.
Yo, Sean.
Chat.
Yo, Sean.
Yo,
Help us out.
Sean, come on. We know you know. Aiden English. Thank you very much, Sean. Sean comes through. Why Sean has his own theme song.
Sean.
All right, Sean. I don't know, man. Who else would you guys want to see? Women's Royal Rumble. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody from NXT that's due for a call-up? What's her name? Gargano's wife. Why do I start sentences? Why do I sentences before I start thinking of what the actual names are? Oh my God! I really like her too. I can't think of her name. The match that she had with someone who I forgot her name with. I'm just going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to move on. I'm going to sit here and try to remember somebody's name that I don't remember. Rhea Ripley. The match she had with Rhea Ripley. Oh yeah, man. I don't think there's a single person on the entire face of the anybody in professional wrestling that's doing it in AEW or WWE or NXT or any of those. I think I've forgotten at least everyone's name at least once. I just can't. It used to be Mark was talking about. It used to be the Japanese wrestlers, and I'm still really bad with that. But
I think it's mostly. It seems like it's mostly the women whose names you forget.
It's mostly Candice LeRae
and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, and not Bobby Fish is what. Kyle O'Reilly. I usually forget those guys. Not Bobby Fish. Yeah, man. So at least we're consistent, I guess. Should we knock out who wins wrestling this week? Should we even try for that?
Yeah, I'll do it. I got one.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's hit it. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. Take it away, Mark.
John Cena.
John Cena.
The Suicide Squad trailer dropped, and honestly, he was the only funny one in the trailer. So I think it's going to do good things for him, depending on how well the movie does. And I thought he looked good in the 2.5 minutes that they actually had him in there. So I think this might be the movie that finally gets him another step up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, John Cena's movie career hasn't been great, which sucks because he's great in almost every single movie he's in.
He gets great reviews for everything he does. He did that. He did that. Was it Sisters or whatever with Amy Poehler? And he was the drug dealer with all the tattoos. He got great reviews for that. He got great reviews.
That Blockers movie was really funny.
What's that?
Yeah, it was.
Blockers.
I heard he was great in that.
It was hilarious. It was so good.
And then he was great in the Amy Schumer film you were bringing up, whatever the name of the
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. He was great in that also. So I'm hoping this where it gives him. It looks like a lot of it he's feeding off Idris Elba. So for him to be working with a bigger name like that could really propel him to maybe actually doing a real action film that's not owned by China or the WWE.
Corey, do you have anybody for who wins wrestling?
I'm going to say Kenny Omega.
Nice.
Kenny Omega had a match against Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal is awesome. Their match was it's very. I'm very torn about it because I think Kenny Omega is good, and I'm starting to really like him, and I think I'm getting some Eddie Guerrero vibes to him. But I think he does too much. I think he does a little bit too much. But as far as being a top guy, being a heel for the company that he's never worked for WWE, and he's your top heel, I'd say Kenny Omega is stepping up and showing what he can do as a top heel. He just should do a little bit less than what he does. That's what I think. I win. Also, I win wrestling this week. Me.
Well, you stole mine. That was what I was going to say. Cory Kastle, man. Cory Kastle wins wrestling for me this week because he showed up at my show in Delaware every year, Dynamite Championship Wrestling puts on Rumble for Glory, which is a lot like the Royal Rumble, except it's 20 men instead of 30, and it's 2-minute intervals instead of a minute and a half. So I knew that there was a mystery opponent, and he gave me a video to play for the sound guy and everything like that, and it was just some random generic video. So it's like, all right, I don't know who the mystery guy is, whatever, I don't really care. And then all of a sudden, Cory Kastle walks out the curtain, and I had no idea he was even in the building. So the guy kayfabed me big time, and I think I might have actually said "what the f" as I was holding the camera, filming the guy going down. Cory points his finger in my face as I'm holding the camera and goes, "I bet you didn't even know." And I'm like, "I didn't. This is weird." Yeah, it was a good time. It was good. It was good to see Cory back in the ring. It's been I don't know how long since I've seen him wrestle live, so it was really cool. It was a very nice surprise, and I really appreciate that. That was really nice. So yeah, man.
It was mostly kept a secret because of you. That was the main thing. Like everybody who knew about it was like, I was like, the main thing is do not talk to Rick about it. Like it's mostly for popping Rick, but then then I'm back for real now. So.
Right, yeah. So get to see more Cory Kastle on DCW, so I'm excited about that. That's fun.
We can create some magical viral videos.
Yeah, well, why not? So we're about out of time here, I think. Cory, do you got anything to plug while we roll out?
Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cory Kastle. Follow me on TikTok @Cory Kastle. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Same thing. Says right here on the bottom of the screen @CORYKASTLE. And you'll get some of my better jokes than the ones you saw here on the program.
Mark, how about you, man? You got anything?
Just because it's our episode 300, I want to thank. Why am I echoing? I want to thank Sozio, Nick Berk, Matt Flowers, Mr. Valentine, Matt Bomboy. I'm trying to think who I'm forgetting, but like we have a
John Dahmer, Jason Gotti.
Yeah, Dahmer is a great guy. And like we have a great cast of dudes to jump on the show and comment and, like I said, give us a different view, or give their opinion on what the same thing we're watching. And
can we also say Matt Bomboy?
I did.
Oh, I forgot to say that. I didn't.
I didn't say Bomboy. We do. We have a fun group of guys that come on and they do add a lot to the show when they're on. So I want to make sure they're recognized.
Definitely. Hopefully, in the new year we can get some more guests on. We've been kind of this to all of 2020. We've been kind of focusing on ourselves just because, everything else that's going on in the world, we don't really want to hassle anybody. But now that wrestling's pretty much back, there's a lot of indie promotions running again. Maybe we can get some more people in, and we'll do it exactly like this, so we don't have to wait around and make somebody drive, over into Jersey or something like that. Trying to get into a studio, and we can just do it like this since everybody has Zoom and things like that now. I'm very excited for it. Thank you to all the people Mark said. I'd like to thank Jay Davis. Jay Davis has done our intro for the last 4 years on this podcast. He's been that voice that you hear. This little,
ladies and gentlemen,
that guy. He's that guy, man, and he does a great job. He's down in DCW. He's the head. The ring announcer down there and the commentator. So he does a really good job, and I want to definitely say thank you to him and to all the guests that we've had on over the years for the watch-alongs or for in-studio guests. It's been a really great time, and here's to another 6 years, man. I do have another compilation to go out on, and of course I saved this last because we always take it out with Mr. Nick Berk. And I wish I had more footage of this guy other than, just from episode 231 on, because we've had some great times with him in the studio. But let's do right now the best of Nick Berk to take it out. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Hey, Nick. House background. Yes.
Oh my God! I'm on the scene.
Cory Kastle. How do I put a picture up?
Hey, you guys remember when we all didn't wear glasses? This is stupid, huh?
How do you put a picture up on here?
I was talking to Ash, Lee Lachey or whatever.
Lachey.
He just bought a new house too. So I'm excited.
How?
For that. I don't know. But he
sells vacuum cleaners like that and encyclopedia, a portable encyclopedia man. Like, are the two things that you don't want to be in 2020, and that's his job. Like, how does he?
Well, he bought it with his girl, who she has a good job.
She bought it. Let's be real here. She bought it. He's along for the ride. We have 2 dogs. Is that cool? Oh.
I think so. This is what Ash would say.
You look like that issue of Raw magazine with Deborah on the cover holding the 2 puppies.
The puppies. Are you guys in like a tent too? So you guys are outside, but inside, but outside. Yeah, inside. Yeah, still outside.
The sound's coming out, right?
Yeah, inside.
You guys,
get inside, get outside.
Are you guys like have all your tables in a tent, so you guys are outside but still inside?
They have like
you're outside, but you're still inside, but outside, all inside.
Exactly, because that makes sense, you know.
Right.
Your mic cut now, Berk.
Mine is?
Yeah, I think it was just a temporary internet connection there.
I think I fixed it. Does it work now?
Yeah, good job.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, let me just tap the side. Can you hear me? Is that better?
A little bit.
Is that better?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
I think Nick's the rest of the video his mouth, and that's it. A lot of her cadence is like her dad, but she's not saying anything whenever she talks.
I felt that, like, I think she should do literally her dad's gimmick. Different guy every night. You know?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think that would be so great. She's just like, you know, yeah, style, profile, jet riding, all that. Riding, jet riding.
But what's the new Space? What's the new Space Mountain then? Well, she would have to say something other than Space Mountain.
Teacups.
Teacups. The Dumbo.
I took that man to the tilt-a-whirl. Where did you get a cheesesteak from, Nick?
I don't want to tell people where I live. A local shop is really good. If you know my town, then it's the town I live in. Pizza. I'm really gonna go now. I'm leaving. I'm really going. Smaller. I wish they had that effect here. I'm really going. Bye. And then just get smaller.
Yeah, he's getting ready for bed.
Is it big titty, little baby? You're gonna get fit, little baby.
How old are you, kid?
He's
Tell them how old you are.
Yeah,
3.
All right, I got a joke for you. 2 lesbians walk into a bar.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.